And he knew that competitive sports were the best way to keep boys busy and out of trouble. So he was always looking for ways, especially in those days. We didn't have soccer, we didn't have volleyball, didn't have a lot of team sports that are available today. So he had some extra time between basketball and baseball, and he came up with hockey, floor hockey, on this floor, in your tennis shoes. How many here remember floor hockey and played floor hockey? I'm looking your way, Quirk. Where are you? The best floor hockey player on my team right there. What we would do is take the banquet tables and face them in to make boards. And there was a goal at every end, and the sticks and the puck were plastic. So we'd run the scoreboard, run it just like a basketball game, and we had that gym packed with spectators, and probably the most competitive game I ever played as a kid was the playoffs in this floor hockey. But everybody could play floor hockey. Even the fat, slow kids could play floor hockey because you became the goalie, right? Your job is to get in the way. In football, you don't have a job like that. So we all got to be able to do things like that. Now, in addition to the school year, there was all this time during the summer. So what did Fitz do? He had a summer program, right? He had all these kids that he wanted to make sure didn't forget how to play baseball or football or basketball, so he got this gym, he got the field, let's have a summer program. Now, I see a lot of parents out here, and I'm sure you've all paid for day camp and for summer programs. Let me tell you what we got to do. We had out in the field on the blacktop and played baseball. We had baseball tournaments. We played basketball. We played kickball. And one of the problems out there in baseball is that the big kids could knock the ball over the fence anytime they wanted to. And if you played regular baseball, it took too long. You couldn't get a whole game in a couple of days. So we came up with some cool rules. The first and best rule is one strike and you're out. So you had to learn to hit the ball. You couldn't wait on the pitch. The next rule was if you hit it over the fence, what was it?
3 outs.
3 outs. So the big kids would come up and kill it. It would go over the fence into the Blake's yard.
And we'd have to buy the ball back.
That's right. And the Blake's are sitting in there going, oh, here comes another one. So to get a home run, you had to hit the fence on a fly, which was hard to do on the Willow side because of the trees.
Not
but if you get a
tree.
No. And the same with Chuck Walker.
That's right.
If you could learn how to hit to the opposite field, a nice skill to have when you played ball for Fitzpatrick, you could hit it into the trees, and Jumbo's out there waiting for the ball to come out of the tree. So you can get a home run with a pop fly to right field. Also, for the big kids, if you knocked over the catcher, it was automatic 3 outs. So the little kids could play without having fear of getting killed. One of the littlest kids that ever played, a guy named Joe Feliciani, pitched a no-hitter against all the 7th and 8th graders because of the rules. That's how Fitz made it fair for everybody. Okay, that sounds pretty cool. You play baseball. What else do you do in the summer program? We went to the beach twice a week. The moms would take us, or we'd get a bus, and we'd go down to 62nd Place in Belmont Shore. Nice big open beach, nice waves, little store right there for soda pop, great place. Twice a week. Went to the movies every week. We went to the golf course, we rode go-karts. In the gym, he somehow found bumper pool tables and regular pool tables, so all your kids became pool sharks. We played 8-ball, we played ping pong, and all kinds of board games. So how much would you pay for 6 weeks of that today? The registration cost for 6 weeks was $15. All day. Mom drops you off at 7:30 in the morning, picks you up at 4:30 in the afternoon. And it's the same guy who's also coaching you in all your sports. That's pretty good. Now, probably the most, he will maybe say something about this later. In 12 years he was doing this, nobody got hurt enough to need anything more than first aid in all that time. So you were safe, you had plenty to do, and you came home tired. The moms loved it. So, let me get a show of hands. How many people went to a summer program?
Every summer.
Every summer.
Hey, Jumbo, the only traumatizing part was having to see Fitz on beach day in his Speedo. Still traumatized.
Yeah, you got a picture of that? We also learned the Fitz salute. Whenever Fitz would see you, he'd do this. And that was his symbol coming out of the water. You would see this. And off he'd pop out of the water. Then he'd turn around and he'd point at the ocean and he'd say, wave, wave, He was like his own South Park. So now you've got 32 kids in a Volkswagen bus, and we pull up next to this old lady in front of Peterson's 76 station. We all turn around and look at the lady and go, wave! Or duck, you sucker! Your wife should have killed you a long time ago. Man. Now, even today, we have a hard time coming up with things to do for kindergartners, for the little kids. They play soccer, yeah, that's okay. But Fitz was an expert at coming up with things for all the little kids to do. He identifies with kindergartners. And Joe would say that's because they're on the same emotional level. I'm okay with that. But one of the special programs that we learned a lot about in the last couple of weeks that Fitz put together was for the little kids, the second graders. They became legends. That's the St. Joseph Mighty Ducks basketball team. This was on top of coaching baseball and football and PE and everything else. He found time for the little kids to teach them enough basketball that they could go and play half times at the Laker games as part of the entertainment. Now, there's a couple of gentlemen here that are going to come up and talk about the Mighty Mites. One of them is the aforementioned Don Klosterman, who has done a world of research. But before him, I'm going to bring up one of the Mighty Mites, and that's Mr. Pat Mays.